Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie. So today's video I'm going to put you through on how to draft these bustier corsets and this other one as well, and how to achieve an hourglass shape alongside in making a corset. Okay, so this tutorial was requested in the comment section. I've been asked how did I achieve this look, so I'm going to drop, and I promised I was going to drop a drafting video for it, and here it is. Okay, if you follow the details, you're going to achieve something similar or even much better than what I did. Okay, so now without wasting much of your time guys, as usual, let's get started. Let's get into the video. All right. So the measurement I use are bust 36 inches, waist 32 that are reduced to 28 inches, and my nipple point 11 under bust 13 inches as well. So guys, next thing, you're taking your under bust measurement, which I just did. Then I'm going to mark 1 inch on both sides. Now this 1 inch I'm taking it from starting of the dart, not the nipple to the dart line. No, there's a dart that still touched up to that place, so I'm going to continue from there. Then my nipple point is 11 like I mentioned, so that is where I'm going to take my under bust curve from. As I've marked it, then I'm just tagging their nipple point. Then I'm going to take in my pattern master, then I'm going to make my curve over there like so, meeting my 1 inch dart, under bust dart allowance, under bust dart. Okay, so once you do that, you do on the other side as well. Make sure that the curve is perfect so that once you sew it, it's not going to be flat under. So the next thing, I'm going to be tightening the chest area. Okay, so this tightening is necessary because this is a tube. This is actually a tube. If it's too wide, your boobs will be showing when you bend down. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm doing this bust tightening. It's not because I want to. So I'm going to shade that place out because I just want to make sure that I know that that place is not necessary. Okay, so I'm not going to come down here by ½ an inch on the waistline just to complete the dart from the under bust like you see me do. I've marked it, then I'm going to take my ruler and rule it from my under bust line down to my waistline, and I'm going to do the same. Okay, I just turned my rule to the other side so that I could take it where. Then I did it as well on this other side too. So after doing that, I shade out the parts that I'm going to cut out, just so that we don't mistake it with any other thing. It's not anything important. Okay, next step, we are going to go over by shaping the upper part, the neckline. Let's say the neckline, because this is a tube. Okay, just to get the pattern, please, whatever it's called. So I went down by 6 inches. That is how deep I wanted it to be, and I just wanted the ankle to be there. I don't want it to be too revealing, so I used my pattern master to draft out the curve I wanted at that armhole area. Okay, I did a freehand sketch at first and it came out by 2 inches, but later on when I measured it, I did not measure it there, but later on, and once you get further into the video, you're going to see I measured it, and I had to readjust it because I didn't want my armpit to be too revealing that much, so I went in by ½ inch. Okay, so I'm going to be using my boning. So because of the boning I'm going to be using in this, then that dress I used the sea green lace on, I used 2 boning, but for this one, just for this drafting sake, I'm using 3/4 of an inch. Did you see that? I used 3/4 of an inch, and then now I'm going to cover up this dart so that I'm going to be able to curve the neckline. All right, so by doing so, I had to slit this dart open, the shoulders dart open, so that we're able to bend and adjust the whole thing in, so that we're able to cover the neckline. Okay, this you have to be very patient and very tactful while doing this because it's paper and it tends to tear. So most of the way, like it did tear, so I had to use my masking tape, to put the papers together. Then I was able to achieve what I was supposed to do. You can see I haven't had to take cut my scissors down, even getting to the under bust and so, but I did not get to the under bust. Okay, so just be very tactful with this, and be very skillful with it. I think that's the right word. Then bend it, tuck it in, then use your tape to pin it together. Please do not use pin, it's going to tear. This is not material, this is paper. So I use my tape to put it all together, because I just, so that I'll be able to, you know, get the neckline. So when I was done with that, I just went ahead to highlight my what they call it, chest intake. You know, I did tighten the chest area, so I just wanted to take it in there. So I brought the paper down so you see it. Now the neckline here, I wanted it to go down by 8 inches. Okay, so it's going to be hollowed. I hollowed it down, I brought it down by 8 inches. Like you see me do, it's almost above the chest line. It's almost on the chest line, but a bit above it. So now I'm going to use my master pattern to curve it out. So I went in from my bust point, which is my underarm point, and I'm using a Natalie brace pattern. Okay, you can also use any. I went up by 2 inches. That's what I was trying to say there. I went up by 2 inches. Now whether you're using a Natalie brace pattern or you're using a normal basic pattern, this process is applicable. Now if you're using a normal basic pattern, please, you need to tighten your chest line by slashing your shoulder into 2, then dividing your shoulder into 2, then taking your dart. Then you have to do your chest tightening, so that you're going to have tightness around the chest area. Like I said, this is also to give it a very beautiful curve, and also to help tighten the chest area, so that once you bend, your boobs will not be showing. Okay, so yeah, I'm using I've already draft out, line out how I want the curve to look like on the neck area, and I'm using my masking tape to tape it together. Now what I'm trying to achieve here, I want to join this line so that it's going to meet that ankle up there, and it's going to be equal. So by the time I take it to the paper, to my fabric, I will not have shortage over there. So okay, this is where I was trying to tell you that I went in by I reduced it by 1.5 inch. It was 2 inches by the freehand I did. It came out to be 2 inches, but I don't want it to be too deep into my armhole, so I went out by half inch. That means it was now 1.5 inches. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. If you don't get what I'm trying to say, just mention it in the comment section and I'll explain again. But if you follow up, you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I had to I was now marking my 3/4 inch again. Then I'm going to connect the neckline to that ankle, over to the arc over there. No, it's not ankle, arc over there. Then I'm going to clean the other armhole line I did. Now I'm taking it, I'm now using my 1.5 inches instead of the freehand sketch that I did that was 2 inches. So now I've gotten that. I'm also making sure that my 3/4 inches where my bone is going to be placed is going to be there. Okay, so I've done that and it's looking all good. Then I'm going to go in with my marker just to align it so that you get to see the whole view completely. I think I was overdoing it here. Okay, so then I went in with my marker. Okay, now this point I want to explain something to you guys. Okay, you know that my video I posted, this short video I did, I think that's what they call it, short video. Yeah, this one, this overlay over here, I did not make this arc over there. I just made it to be penciled. But this other one I did arc in it, so whereby I added that 3/4 inch where I can place my bone in. So whichever one you want to do, whichever bustier you want to do, if you want to do the one that does not have boning in it, then you don't have to put that 3/4 inch that I did there. If you want to put boning over there, then you're going to put the 3/4 inch. Okay, so now moving further, I had to complete this bustier. The length of this bustier is the full length is 22 inches. Okay, so I was marking it across the front, center front and the center back as well. Then I'm going to roll it up. Now I want to show you guys how you're going to achieve your hourglass shape. Okay, now this hourglass shape, this pattern I'm going to show you is going to be very helpful when you're putting your padding on your hip. So it just sits where the padding is not going to be stuck or is not going to be tight at the beginning of your waist. Okay, so at this place I was just taking 1 inch for my back opening, where I'm going to, like the space that's going to be behind, I'm going to be putting my highlights over there where I'll be tying it. So that is what I just did. Then the neckline, the back how I wanted the back to look like. Okay, I went in by 12 and a half. I think that was 12 and a half inches I used. Then I used 12 and a half inches, and I ruled the back line as so. I just wanted it to be deep, like you can see the black and lemon dress, it was actually deep. Okay, now to get the hourglass shape, now on our side seam of our center front and our center back, our side back, I mean to say, you're going to go up by 1.5 inches. Then you're going to go outward by 1 inches, like you see me do. You go up 1.5, then you go by the side 1 inches. Now you're going to connect that line. Now I first of all rule it so that I'm going to so that the back and the front is going to be equal. Now you're going to connect that line to your waistline, like you see me do. You get it? Do you see how what is coming out to look like now? Now this is what it's going to look like, and it's looking all good, hourglass and all. Now I'm going to go in with my eraser to clean off those places I shaded out, because this part we're not cutting it out. Now we're portraying our waistline, down of our waistline out. So now we have done this, let's take in our waists and complete the waist shaping. Okay, so okay, I forget to mention something earlier. You taking out that 1 inch at the back side does not mean you have snatched your waist. No, this part I'm doing now is the waist snatching, completing of the waist snatch. Though I've already taken a lot of waist reduction on the center, on the front pattern already, so I'm just completing it. So waist snatching or waist reduction is taking in all those surplus in the waist area from the center, the middle and all. Okay, so this place I'm just ruling out. Did you see what I did at first? I took in 1 inches from the dart area, from both the front pattern and this back pattern. Then I use it to meet with my pattern master to get this back curve, the length curve, because I didn't want it to be so basic. I just want it to come up. Another reason why I took it up, so that it's going to sit well on my body, it's not going to be hindering me when I'm sitting down as well. Okay, so now going further, we're now going to complete our waist snatching. Okay, now I'm going to find the midpoint of my waistline, the remaining part of my waist dart. Okay, before doing so, I realized that I have not completed the dart downwards, so I'm going to complete the dart to my length of the corset. Okay, like I'm doing. Once you do that, then I'm going to shade it out as well, or as usual. Then after that, your next thing, we're going to take the half, like try to get the midpoint of our waistline. Once you do that, you're going to mark it. Then you're also going to do the same again for the bust line. Then we are going to mark it like so. Then we come up here, then we find the half of the middle of it, then you mark it as well. Then you're going to rule it. You're rolling it upwards. Okay, so now we're going to find out what is remaining on our waist dart. Remember our waist measurement, actual waist measurement, my waist measurement is size 32, but it's 32 inches. So but I want mine to be snatched by 4, so reduced by 4, so I'm making it 28. So at this point I want it to be the front, since it's quarter of the measurement, so it has to be 7 inches. But yeah, it was 7.5. So because it was 7.5 inches, so I had to divide my half inches on that side. So I think I went in by 1 cl, not half an inch. I went in by 1 cl on this side. Sorry, I'm using both inches and cn in this measurement, just so that I'll just get my actual measurement, but just get the whole point about the waist snatching and all that. So once I've done that, I'm now going to mark it out, really, to meet up to the up part, like you see me do. Now I'm going back to the back, just the same as we did in the front. We're going to do the same as well on the back. We're going to find the midpoint of the waistline at the back, then the remaining part of the waistline. You get what I'm trying to say, please? Then I'm going to rule it to come up. Then once I do that, then I will have to take in my dart. Okay, I had to measure it so I'll know how many inches is going to be there. So at the back, you don't need too much waist snatching, but you still need it because your stomach is not protruding at the front, at the back. So what was remaining was actually 1 inch, so I went in by ½ inch on both sides, and then I ruled out the what do you call it, the dart for the back. So So this is basically it for the waist snatching and all that. Okay, I think this point we have gotten so far. So I hope if you're watched to this point, if you're new, you have subscribed, and if you're returning, please like. Thank you so much for being part of this family. You guys are so amazing, and I've put an answer to everyone that have been asking how did I get the drafting and how did I get the drafting and all that. And if you follow this simple step that I've done here, because I believe this is simple, and like I said, if you're using normal basic bodice pattern, you actually get the same effect, and you get the same effect. All you just have to do is to take your shoulder dart, then slant, then rule it off, and make sure you take your chest tightening. That is just the difference. Okay, you get what I'm trying to say. And if you want to use your Natalie brace pattern, I also have a video on Natalie brace pattern, beginner friendly, guys. It's so easy and sorted out. So this is the view out and every other thing. I pray you've gotten a total understanding of it all, because I don't know which other way I will make it so simple. But if you have any question, please put it on the comment section. And so yeah, I went ahead because I'm not going to be sewing this again. I've already done this dress, that I'm going to keep this pattern to sew in the future. But I have a process video, like I said, on this dress. You can watch through it and see how I achieved this. I'm going to keep that in the description link. So I joined this thing together. You can see the hourglass shape is giving, and with this, if you're padding your hip, it will just sit so well. Okay, look at how the breast part is standing, is firm. The breast is going to be packed and in properly, and it's not going to be bursting in front. I don't really like that, so it just sits so well. And that is another reason why you take that shoulder tightening as well, the chest tightening, so that it's going to take and hold in the breast, the boobs inside. So this is what it's looking like. So please say thank you for watching to this point. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe for more video. So yeah, I was just showing you guys how it's going to look like if I didn't add that 1/4 of an inches. Okay, I just bent it and showed you how it's going to look like. It's just going to be penciled and all. Okay, so thank you guys for watching to this place. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share. I'm always saying like, give good comment. These are what are encouraging me to do more video. I know this video is going to be helpful, and I pray you're going to do better job than I did. Okay, bye, stay blessed until my next video. Remain super blessed.